Hey, how's it going, you guys? This is petplatypus here, and I'm going to talk about 2 episodes of Hunter x Hunter today, because episode 26 was a recap episode. Like I said, was episode, I believe it was 13. I can't really review it. I've already reviewed all that content. Refer to my other reviews. It was fine, I guess, whatever. Episode 27 is the one that actually matters. And, it was pretty damn good. We basically start off... They're on their way, or, you know, they're arriving in the city to get there. Basically, they got no money, and they need to train. So they go to the tower, and we find out that it's extremely tall. It has 200 floors, and you progress your way up. And we also found out that Killua actually came here when he was 6. And his dad basically was like, well, you know, you can't come home till you reach floor 200, which is just like, what the fuck? We find out later that he actually reached floor 200, but he gave up when he got there. So I don't know who he fought, or if he just happened to give up, or whatever it was. But it took him like 2 years to do it, which is pretty crazy. Then I'm just kind of covering like the little things before I actually get into like the fights. You know, I'm just trying to pick apart the little like details. We get introduced to a boy named Sushi and his, I guess his teacher, his sensei or whatever. His name is, I believe it was Wing. They seem okay. Wing is very loud, but I'll get to that in a second. And Sushi, he's like this little determined boy. He's got like the thick eyebrows, martial arts dude. We get introduced to him and his sensei, and that's basically the characters we get introduced to. So about the fights, Gon's actually, well, he's not going first. There's already fights going on, but you can pretty much join in anytime. If you lose, you go down a few floors. If you win, you go up floors or whatever. You win money every time you win a fight. And what ends up happening is Gon goes up and he's like, I'm not sure if I can beat this guy or whatever. And Killua says, you pushed open the testing gate, right? Then just push hard. And Gon just fucking, he goes in there and he's just, boom, and this dude goes flying in one hit. So I knew the testing gate training was going to pay off in a big way, and I'm glad it paid off so soon. And he's like, fuck, dude, he's like, when did I get that strong? You know, that was cool. And basically, Killua, he just goes in, chop, 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 like he's just doing neck chops for days. Like they're just spamming push, chop, and they're earning money, and they're going up the ranks and everything, going up floors. But what ends up happening is this boy that they met, Sushi, one of the fights he wins was awesome, because I don't know if this was in the manga, but this was a straight up Fist of the North Star reference, because you got this big dude, he's like got a big belly and the little mustache, like Heart from Fist of the North Star, and then the dude just does like the rapid punches, and it makes his belly all freaking jiggly. That was a complete reference to Fist of the North Star. It had to have been, and that was awesome. So Sushi gets points for that in my book, but seriously, that was awesome, though. I love Fist of the North Star. It's a great series. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. But enough selling Fist of the North Star. Let's talk about the actual episode. After we get those little scenes of Killua and their opponents, it's Killua versus Sushi. And Killua does win, obviously. He completely outclasses him. But what's very interesting is that his normal chops aren't working. He can just get up from them. It takes him, basically, I think it was... You land a clean hit, you get a point. You land a critical hit, you get 2 points. You knock him to the ground, you get a point. And he got the technical knockout by gaining 10 points, but he never was able to actually knock out Sushi. And then Sushi takes like this stance, and it actually psychs out Killua, of all people. He actually takes a step back. He's like, whoa, well, what the fuck is this? And he's like, I have to use that technique. Not Killua, but Sushi's like, I have to use that technique. And then Mr. Loudmouth, Wing, you can see him from the audience, he just screams, tells him to stop, or he just says his name, but basically telling him to stop. And he doesn't use that technique. And we find out what it is a little later in the episode, that it's actually Ren. And apparently there's like 4 different principles or whatever that you have to master, like Ren, Ten, and these 2 others that I don't remember what they're called. And it's all a part of Nen training. Now, I've heard Nen be associated with Hunter x Hunter in the past. I didn't really know what it was. I kind of just assumed it maybe was like... Because there's always the thing in every anime and manga. You know, you've got Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball. They have Ki, which is how they get their super strength, super speed, flight, and energy beams, and other various things like that. You have Chakra from Naruto, Magic in Fairy Tail, Calories in Toriko. I believe in Bleach it's called Rayatsu, I'm not sure. You know, they always have their energy source. That's what I assumed Nen was. That might still be what it is. I don't know how many characters know how to use it or whatever, but it seems that Killua and Gon are now interested in it and they want to learn how to do it, and their goal is to reach the top of the tower. So yeah, that's pretty much the whole episode. We don't see any other characters really. Yeah, we don't really see any other characters. It's just Gon and Killua main focus. We get introduced to these other two characters that are kind of major for this arc at least. It seems like they're going to learn Nen. They were spamming throughout the tournament, but they're doing good. They're raising up. The only other thing worthy of note is that Killua mentioned that once you get to the 100s, you get your own room to stay in, because they've been there for like a week. It's a very interesting setup for a tournament, but like hotel/tournament room. But yeah, you know, that was cool. But I mean, the episode. But wait, where was I? Hold on, stop. I was about to jump to something else, and I was saying something. Right, the when they're in the room, he says once you get to the 100s, you get treated differently, but people want to stay in the 100s, and they'll do whatever it takes, so you got to be careful. So, you know, yeah, they're winning money, doing their thing, you know, gonna learn about Nen. Now I want to talk about a couple other things that are just not, like, specifically in the episode, but just things I really liked about it. This really reminded me of Dragon Ball, with, like, Gohan, or not Gohan, Goku and Krillin, and they go in the tournament, and they're kids, and they're underestimated, but they could just one-shot dudes, because Master Roshi taught them how to fucking carry milk and shit, and it was just, you know, training for them, and they're just badasses. It really reminded me of Dragon Ball. The story even kind of has, like, a Dragon Ball, the overall Hunter x Hunter series actually kind of has a Dragon Ball formula right now. Like, you do a major arc, you know, the characters all meet each other and everything, and then they go their separate ways, and then we focus on just a couple characters, you know, the main character and someone else, and they go to a tournament, because that's what Dragon Ball did. You had the hunt for the Dragon Balls against Emperor Pilaf and stuff, then the main characters split apart, and we followed Goku, and then Krillin, and they entered a tournament, and that's pretty much what happened in Hunter x Hunter. They split up after the Zoldyck family arc, or Zoldyck family, whatever, and now they're doing a tournament, which I'm not going to say like, oh, he ripped off Dragon Ball or anything. In Yu Yu Hakusho, he kind of did a little bit. I mean, there were some pretty striking similarities between Dragon Ball Z and Yu Yu Hakusho, but I'm not saying he ripped it off in Hunter x Hunter. I'm just saying it was similar, and it's not like a formula that, you know, Akira Toriyama put like a patent on or anything. It's not like it's identical, so I'm not, again, it's not a rip-off. I just found that really cool. It really shows just how much Dragon Ball has inspired authors. Even if he didn't do it on purpose to be like Dragon Ball, it's just still similar. Yeah, and then, you know, you had the little Fist of the North Star reference in there. And the only other thing I'll mention is that the opening is different now. They changed up the lyrics a bit, and they changed up the visuals. I like the new visuals, but I'm pretty sure it showed all the Phantom Troop members, and I mean, I think that's who that is. I'm not entirely sure. I'm pretty sure that's who that is. I didn't really need to see all their faces in the opening. I saw Hisoka. I don't know if he's going to be in Heaven's Arena or if he's going to be in the next arc, you know, York New City. I don't know, you know, when that's going to happen. But if he is in Heaven's Arena, that kind of sucks that they spoiled it in the opening. You see Sushi and Wing. That's not really that big of a deal. But overall, I thought it was better opening. I liked the new visuals. Mostly the same. Or, I mean, mostly new visuals. A few older ones there. Which kind of felt out of place, honestly. It was kind of weird. But anyway, overall, it was a great episode. I'm going to give it like an 8 out of 10. 7.8. 7.7 out of 10. I thought it was really good. Animation was fine. Everything, pacing was good. Felt like we covered, you know, quite a bit, I guess. So, anyway, I'm going to thank you guys for watching. Tell me what you guys thought in the comments below. I will talk to you guys later, and bye.